stacks of mail-order catalogs when, underneath a pile of forgotten junk, he stumbled across an unwelcome surprise. It was a VHS cassette of the movie Apollo 13, the same cassette Hastings and his wife had enjoyed one evening 6 weeks earlier. The same cassette, he realized with a sinking feeling, he should have returned to Blockbuster the next morning. His first thought was to calculate the late fee, $40. Almost enough to buy the darn cassette. A petty annoyance, troubling mainly because it represented the penalty for Hastings' carelessness. Far worse was his second thought. What will my wife say? And knowing that she would probably say nothing at all made the situation that much more painful. Hastings could imagine it with utter clarity. Like long-suffering spouses everywhere, she would react with a simple eye roll. An eye roll that could kill, as Hastings described it. Millions of us have been there, but for Reed Hastings, unlike the rest of us, the embarrassment triggered a question. A question about the mechanics of movie rentals and the hassles they created. It happened later in the day when Hastings, still annoyed over the $40 late fee, was on his way to the gym. How come, he wondered, movie rentals don't work like a health club, where whether you use it a lot or a little, you get the same charge? And that led to other questions. Could a movie rental business actually work that way, charging a flat membership rate and no late fees? Would the customers ever return the movies without the pressure of a late fee? Could you keep enough movies in inventory to satisfy customers? How would the economics work? Hastings started tinkering with the idea, first on paper, then in real life. Eventually, a business was born, Netflix, which grew into one of the fastest-growing companies of the 21st century. In retrospect, the idea seems obvious. Who wouldn't want a movie rental system that eliminated late fees and the irritation they produce, along with a dozen other petty inconveniences? Yet the growth of Netflix happened under the very noses of the executives at Blockbuster, who watched Netflix grow for 19 straight quarters before they decided to launch their own video-by-mail service. And in the process, Netflix managed to outmaneuver a host of rival companies that seemed far better positioned to take advantage of the opportunity. Not just Blockbuster, but also retailing and show business giants such as Walmart, Amazon, and Disney. How did this happen? Why was Reed Hastings able to see the potential for $1 billion worth of demand in the same consumer hassles most of us experienced but ignored or merely complained about? This mystery is a small example of the bigger mystery that is the subject of this book, the mystery of demand. In the United States, millions of people inhabit homes that are crowded with things, yet live lives overflowing with frustrations, inconveniences, complications, risks, hassles of every sort. No matter how much we consume, there remain huge gaps between what we really want and the goods and services we settle for. Those gaps represent opportunities for the creation of new demand, as Reed Hastings recognized. While the idea for Netflix was germinating in the mind of Reed Hastings, another demand creation story was taking shape on the other side of the planet. And while the setting and many of the details couldn't be more different from those in the story of Netflix, the underlying mechanism was strikingly similar. Babu Rajan is a fisherman in Palappuram, near the southwestern coast of India. By developed world standards, Rajan is poor. The only significant asset he owns is the one that he and an informal consortium of 14 fellow fishermen rely on for their livelihood, a 74-foot steel-hulled boat, the Andaman, in which they troll the Arabian Sea searching for schools of sardines, the cheap, plentiful fish that feed millions of hungry South Asians. It's the same way of life that Rajan's father and grandfather followed, right down to the half-mile-long net he uses to gather his catch, and the sticks of incense he burns for good luck in the tiny Hindu shrine tucked into the ship's bow. Some days, Rajan's luck is good. His pre-dawn excursion may yield.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.